Coming up on this hour, Chris 6 Sunrise, a battle over the future of healthcare for tens of millions of Americans is taking place right now. We're going to bring you the very latest from Washington next.
And here in your neighborhood, the Nueces County Jail is shipping inmate mail hundreds of miles away. We'll show you why officials say it's a major step in improving security. Good morning, folks. Happy Friday and welcome to Chris 6 Sunrise. You're waking up with the Hoffmans. I'm Michelle Hoffman.
And I'm Brian Hoffman. It is Friday, and I hope that you guys can boogie, oogie on down. Oh, thank you. To the La Posada Lighted Boat Parade later on tonight. We're going to have more on that in just a little bit. But first, we got to talk about that dense fog that is in the area. It might be causing a headache for some drivers. Meteorologist Stephen Jones, good morning, buddy.
Good morning.
Well, good morning, you guys. You're absolutely right. Starting to see some of that fog working in. We've seen the winds return out of the southeast, and now visibility is reduced to as low as 0.3 miles out there. Here's a live look at our SPID Skycam. You can see definitely running into some of that reduced visibility, so give yourself a couple extra minutes as we're hitting those roadways for this Friday morning commute. But as we take a look at the traffic flow, luckily not causing any major issues right now. Still plenty of greens on the board. So starting off here with the New Harbor Bridge to and from Portland this morning, good and green that direction, as well as all the way over into Ingleside and taking 181 all the way over there to Taft. Looking at Robstown and Calallen now, 37 nice and clear, just a minor slowdown near Violet as you're taking 44 this morning, working into our major roadways here in Corpus Christi. No major slowdowns there on Ocean Drive, SPID, Saratoga, or the Crosstown Expressway, so no issues here. And as we work over into Flower Bluff, also looking pretty good, just maybe a couple extra minutes on Waldron Road, but really for the most part, a pretty good and green morning as we're kicking off our Friday.
Stephen, thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it. We're going to get you neighborhood news in just a little bit, folks. But first, Democrats and Republicans are continuing to bump heads over affordable health care.
Yeah, that's right. Here's the deal. A Republican-backed bill was rejected by the Senate yesterday. The vote was 51-48, with GOP Senator Rand Paul actually voting with Democrats against it.
Now, here's the skinny of it. The Republicans' plan would have slightly expanded health savings accounts to help people pay for Affordable Care Act plans, but it didn't extend the actual enhanced subsidies that Democrats are trying to keep. It didn't keep in that bill that actually pays back hospitals either. So without congressional action, millions of Americans will see their health care premiums increase beginning January 1st. So sticking in Washington, the House voted to block from consideration a Democratic-led resolution to impeach President Donald Trump again. More than a dozen Democrats joined their GOP colleagues to block the impeachment resolution introduced by Texas Democrat Al Green. It was based on Trump's recent comments that suggested 6 Democratic lawmakers be put to death for urging military service members, and reminding them that they are allowed and need to disobey illegal orders. Top members of House Democratic leadership said before Thursday's vote that they would vote, quote, present.
Back here in your neighborhood, the Nueces County Jail is rerouting inmate mail out of state. And officials say the new practice is designed to curb problems inside the facility. Sheriff J.C. Hooper says jails nationwide are seeing a rise in mail drug smuggling with substances like fentanyl. To fix the issue, the Nueces County Jail will send all personal mail to a center in Arkansas where it will be examined before delivered to inmates digitally.
It's a mail clearinghouse, and what they do there, they scan the mail, and then the inmate gets to read the mail on the tablet. And so that is a way to get the poison paper out of the jail.
The website and address to send mail to an inmate is right on your screen right there. Sheriff Hooper says he hopes the new system will create a safer environment for everyone. And the Corpus Christi City Council is expected to vote next Tuesday on a construction contract for a new city detention center. The price tag? Well, just over $4.8 million, and if approved, it would be built on the corner of Leopard and Nueces Bay Boulevard. The old detention center used to be located inside the Wilson Plaza building, but in September of 2024, all tenants, including the city, were asked to move out. The center has been operating out of the old fire station on Leopard since then, and if the contract is awarded, construction would be completed by July of 2027.
All right, so if you've ever wondered how Padre Island turns boats into a floating holiday, well, this is it. The La Posada lighted boat parade is back, and we've got a sneak peek at its preps, the pressure, and the last-minute magic behind it. So Dale Rankin is this year's Grand Marshal, and he's no stranger to the event. In past years, he's judged the very boats that he'll be leading tonight. Rankin plans to bring live music on board with a saxophone and trumpet player to add to the festivities. Well, most of the boats over at the docks weren't decorated yet. Rankin says that's normal, since many crews only need a morning to get parade ready.
Dreamweaver, they've obviously got it decorated. You got some reindeer on the top. It looks like they've got lights on their outriggers, so they're going to be in the parade.
So the La Posada lighted boat parade kicks off tonight at 7 over at Docks Waterline. And actually, Michelle and I will be hosting the event yet again. And you can tune in right here on Chris 6 News to see all the festivities.
Well, hey there, and good Friday morning, Coastal Bend. I'm meteorologist Stephen Jones. As we're taking a live look at our USS Lexington cam, thanks to First Community Bank, the view looking quite a bit different. The new Harbor Bridge barely in view there, thanks to the patchy fog that's working in. We can see the aquarium, though, there, nice and lit up this morning, putting on a good show still. 61 degrees, winds out of the south, 5 miles an hour. Definitely going to notice the humidity as we're stepping out the door as we go into this afternoon, but definitely want to take some caution on the roadways as you run into some of that patchy fog out there. Taking a look at our visibilities, down to 0.1 miles here in Corpus Christi, 0.3 for Robstown, as well as Beeville and Rockport off to the north. Some of that patchy fog making its way over into Orange Grove as well as Alice, but luckily it looks like Hebbronville off to the southwest coming in the clear right now. But going to keep our eyes on it as we go through that 10 a.m. hour. That's how long we have this dense fog advisory in effect. I do think by 8 to 9 a.m. we start to see some of that fog dispersing from the area, but still going to be cautious till we're heading through about 10 a.m. or so. For our taking a look at yesterday's sunrise, though, I do want to give you a look at one of our nice photos from the Coastal Bend Weather Watchers group. This is from Michelle Renee Walters from the South Packery area. You can see just a gorgeous sunrise we had yesterday. And of course, if you want to take any photos out there that you see, some nice sunsets, some nice weather, anything you really want to put in the Coastal Bend Weather Watchers group for the weather related, then go ahead and submit them there. You could be also featured on one of our broadcasts. Taking a look at the temperatures out there in your neck of the woods, sitting at 60 degrees in Beeville, 57 the number for Rockport, as well as Cotulla this morning, then a good 10-degree run as we work to Port Aransas and the Naval Air Station, coming in at 67 degrees, so quite a bit warmer with the 60s as we work our way along the coast, chasing those 70s though as we go into the afternoon. For our dog walking forecast today, we've got Banjo here fully in the Christmas spirit this morning, and as we're looking at those temperatures for Banjo's walk, 72 degrees by 10 a.m., 75 though on the warm-up as we're heading in towards that noon hour with plenty of cloud cover in store for the afternoon as well. But as we head in towards tomorrow, even chasing those 80s, so definitely going to be on the warm-up with that next cold front pushing us into the 60s kicking off next week, and another chance of rain on the board as we head into Wednesday.
A new lifeline for rural families. I'm Melissa Trevino, and I'll show you aircraft N665HF and how it could change outcomes for neighbors who live miles from a hospital.
You're watching Chris 6, part of the Scripps News Group.
I'm Melissa Trevino, your neighborhood news reporter in Alice. Halo Flight's 5th aircraft N665HF was officially added to the nonprofit's fleet, outfitted for critical care flights, and is designed to reach towns that are often too far from help. A celebration to unveil the newest helicopter for Halo Flight. The nonprofit has been serving the Coastal Bend since 1987.
The service that Halo Flight provides for South Texas is invaluable. You know, when seconds matter, you know, we're there, and I say it because I've seen it firsthand.
Jose Pereira tells me Halo Flight provided a critical service when his son Nathaniel was hospitalized with a rare medical condition.
Nathaniel was 5 days old, and he was at Driscoll Children's Hospital in the ICU, and he needed a higher level of care. And so the first time I learned about Halo Flight is when they were landing in front of Driscoll Children's Hospital to pick them up.
That moment inspired Pereda to volunteer with Halo Flight. Sadly, his son Nathaniel passed away in 2023.
He gave us 9 years and 9 years of smiling and laughing, but it was his time to go home and be in heaven.
There are countless stories like Jose Pereda's. Halo Flight operates 24/7, 365 days a year, often transporting patients from small towns to specialty hospitals hours away.
In Alice specifically, this base has flown more than 500 patients this year alone. The folks that live in the area that we serve should feel confident that when they get picked up by a Halo helicopter.
With the addition of this helicopter, Halo Flight will be able to expand its life-saving services.
The biggest need for our service is in rural communities, smaller clinics, volunteer fire departments. That's 80% of the call volume that we do every year because, you know, the aircraft is like a flying emergency room.
Officials say N665HF strengthens Halo Flight's ability to get patients the care they need sooner. In Alice, I'm Melissa Trevino, your neighborhood news reporter, Press 6 News.
Melissa, thank you so much. So Christmas trees are a beloved part of the holiday season, right? But they can also pose a serious risk. The Corpus Christi Fire Department held a Christmas tree lighting safety demonstration on Thursday to visually show how quickly Christmas trees can burn. Most fires are caused by holiday lights or heat sources placed too close to the tree, and there are steps you can take to make sure your tree doesn't spark a disaster.
Number one, whenever you have your Christmas tree, it's very important as soon as you get that Christmas tree to make sure you get it in some water. And you need to check those water levels and water that Christmas tree every day. You also want to inspect your Christmas tree. If your needles are falling excessively, that tree is probably already too dry. You probably either need to replace it or get rid of it.
Yes, and you should also inspect your lights before you decorate. Look for any exposed wires that could spark a fire. Also keep candles and space heaters away from it. As the demonstration shows, trees can burn in seconds.
And hey, those holiday fires can cost a pretty penny too. So according to National Fire Protection Association, they account for 835 fires per year, costing $18 million in damages. And it's not just property either. There's also an average of 3 deaths and 29 injuries. Here's some more stats. 40% of Christmas tree fires are caused by electrical or lighting equipment. 11% are started by candles. You can reduce the risk by using those battery-operated flameless candles.
Well, good Friday morning, Coastal Bend. I'm meteorologist Stephen Jones taking a live look at our USS Lexington camp. Thanks to First Community Bank, you can see some of that fog working into the region. The aquarium's still nice and lit up, though. There, 61 degrees and winds out of the south about 5 miles an hour. Definitely want to take some extra caution on the roadways if you run into some of this patchy fog. Taking a look at our visibilities down to .1 here in Corpus Christi, .3 miles there in Robstown, as well as Beeville and Rockport this morning, 7 miles over in Port Aransas with some of that fog also pushing into Alice and Orange Grove, but looks like Hebbronville winning out without any of that fog so far. The dense fog advisory going to be in effect until 10 a.m. this morning, so as we go through the morning commute hours, definitely just want to have some of that extra caution hitting the roadways. What to expect for this weekend? Well, exactly that patchy AM fog could be here today, tomorrow, even into that Sunday time frame before that cold front really dries us out. Going to be warmer tomorrow as we push into the lower 80s before we see that next cold front on Sunday. Going to cool us off into the 60s, dropping those temperatures throughout the day, and also some rain chances into the mornings tomorrow morning and Sunday morning mainly, but overall I think into the afternoons, if you have any of those outdoor plans, going to look pretty good for those. For our temperatures out there right now, sitting at 57 in Rockport as well as Cotulla to the northwest this morning. 67 though as we work our way along the coast in Port Aransas and the Naval Air Station, as well as down to the south there in Hebbronville, working into Kingsville, coming in at 61 degrees and then 60 degrees as we round out at that Beeville mark. For our dog walking forecast, we've got Banjo today fully in the Christmas spirit, and as we look at those temperatures for Banjo's walk, getting into the 70s already by 10 a.m., pushing the mid-70s by that lunchtime hour, so definitely on the warm-up as we go into the upper 80s heading into those daytime, or upper 70s heading into those daytime highs. About 78 degrees here in Corpus Christi, 79 for Kingsville, mid-70s as you work your way along the coast, and even chasing some of those 80s as you work your way into some of our more inland communities going throughout our Friday. So it's going to be pretty warm today and not too much on the radar, just maybe some of those green specks as we go throughout the afternoon hours, but overall not a major major downpour. As we go into tomorrow morning, that's where we see our next decent rain chance working into the region, but still not going to be the 11 inches of rain we need to make up for 2025. As we start off next week, going to be nice and cool in the 60s before we warm right back up into the mid-70s by Wednesday.
Do you have any loved ones or friends locked up at the Nueces County Jail? I'm Alexis Scott with what you need to know before your next letter gets returned.
And we are heading into the weekend. Means some of you might need to stop and fill up that tank before heading to work. Coming up on Sunrise, I have a look at the cheapest prices all around the Coastal Bend. Welcome back, everyone. It is Friday, and if you got any weekend plans that involve driving, you might need to stop and fill up the tank. I'll give you a deep tease, though. Prices are up across the board. We're taking a look at the national and the Texas averages, as well as Corpus Christi. National average is $2.92, not up by too much, only 2 cents since Monday. At Lone Star State, we're sitting at $2.43, up by 2 cents since Monday. And the average cost here in the Coastal Bend, that saw a big jump, $2.59. That's a jump by about 25 cents. Cheapest I was able to find in Corpus Christi, though, is at the Valero on Yorktown and Cimarron, sitting at $2.29. Not too much of a change there, which is good news. As for our Portland friends, that's where you see a huge jump. Cheapest price is $2.57 at the Texan, jump by about 25 cents. As for the island, prices are cheapest over at about half the stations, $2.69, a jump by 33 cents since Monday. As always, you can find cheaper prices in these guys. Stop and fill up while you can.
Well, good Friday morning. Taking a look at our USS Lexington cam. Thanks to First Community Bank, you can definitely see some of that low-lying fog working into the region, so take some extra time as we're hitting the roadways. The aquarium's still nice and lit up, though, and 61 degrees, a little bit warmer, definitely warmer than where we started off the week. Taking a look at the traffic flow across the entire region, though, starting to see just a couple of slowdowns out there. Starting off with the Harbor Bridge to and from Portland, good and green this morning, although a slowdown there on 361 between Ingleside and Gregory to look out for. Working over into Robstown and Cal Allen, 37, not too bad this morning. On 44, maybe just a couple slowdowns near the Violet area, but overall not too bad heading into town. Our major roadways now, Ocean Drive, no major slowdowns to report, just a couple slower conditions at the junction of SPID and Crosstown Expressway there. And as we look at Flower Bluff, not too bad either, just a couple extra minutes on Waldron Road, but not too bad of a day as we're kicking off our Friday.
Still ahead, a lawsuit has now been filed against the city council in Taft. Neighbor News reporter Adam Beam will share the very latest from that small town.
Now, weather on the 6s.
Well, howdy and happy Friday. Coastal Bend taking a look at our Snoopy Skycam. Thanks to Matthew CCAC for this view. 6:25 a.m., 61 degrees as we're starting it off. Not too much fog over here by Snoopy's, but definitely some patchy fog as you're working your way to some other areas of the Coastal Bend, and going to see that around the area for some of those morning commute hours. Taking a look at our visibilities, they are reduced right now down to 0.1 miles here in Corpus Christi, 0.3 there in Robstown. Still seeing that reduced visibility into Beeville and Rockport as well. Going into Orange Grove, also starting to see just a little bit of that fog pushing in, but Hebronville winning out without any reduced visibilities this morning. And we're going to have this dense fog advisory in effect until about 10 a.m. where we could see some reduced visibilities at that quarter of a mile mark or less. So definitely give yourself a couple extra minutes on the roadway as we're heading out this morning, and definitely a different look out there as we're heading towards that sunrise time frame compared to where we saw that sunset time frame last night. We didn't have that much cloud cover out there because the moisture wasn't there quite yet. This is over from Rockport, just a nice photo there, and we could all thanks this to Edward Bill, of course, for this photo, or actually this one going to be from Sissy Beasley. That one from Edward Bill was yesterday, but as we're taking a look at this one was submitted on our Coastal Bend Weather Watches group. So if you have any great photos of the weather, go over there, submit them. You could have a chance to be featured on one of our shows as well. Taking a look at the rest of the weekend and what to expect. That fog we're seeing out there right now, we could see tomorrow and Sunday morning as well before that cold front works in and cools us off. But still, for tomorrow, definitely going to be on the warm up with some of that increasing humidity. Chasing chasing the lower 80s for those daytime highs as we head into our Saturday. And also some rain chances going to be around for tomorrow morning as well as into Sunday morning. But as we go into the afternoons, if you have any of those outdoor plans, I think we're going to be looking pretty good for those. For the temperatures currently sitting at 60 degrees in Beeville to the north, 65 for Ingleside, the number there, 67 as you work your way along the coast at the Naval Air Station and Port Aransas. And as we work our way over to Kingsville, coming in at 61 degrees, the same as here in town. For our dog walking forecast this morning, we've got Banjo on the board, just feeling completely in the Christmas spirit. And as we look at those temperatures for Banjo's walk, 66 by 8 a.m., pushing into the 70s by 10 a.m., and even those mid-70s as we're heading out towards that lunch hour with winds still out of the south. You're going to notice that increasing moisture as we head out into the afternoon, with those temperatures increasing into the upper 70s, chasing about 78 degrees here in Corpus Christi for that daytime high towards 3 p.m. with plenty of cloud cover on the menu as well today, with winds out of the southeast. Going to continue that trend into tomorrow. Forecast highs where you are sitting in those mid-60s or mid-70s along the coast, chasing even potentially the mid-80s as you work your way inland, where we have just a slightly drier air in place. For our future tracker, you can see as we go through the daytime today, going to see a few specks of green on the board, but going into tomorrow morning, the better chance of rain makes its return to the area, but still not a total washout, only sitting around that 20 to 30% chance of some rain working in. So not going to be the 11 inches of rain we need to make up for 2025. As we go into Sunday morning, that would be the time frame we start to see that next cold front working into the region, as well as our next rain chance as well for the coastal Bend area. For our forecast high temperatures, you can see the dip that cold front's going to provide us by the time we're starting off next week before we go into the rest of the week, and those above average temperatures take back control. So for our 7-day forecast, not feeling totally Christmas-like, but we do have the nice cool down to start off next week in those 60s before another chance of rain on the board by Wednesday as we warm up into the upper 70s by Thursday.
The lights aren't on yet, but the magic is already starting. I'm Michaela Chavez with an inside look at the island's La Posada Boat Parade.
And Brian and I will show you everything that's taking place in this week's edition of Coastal Bend Weekend when we come back.
All right, folks, if you're thinking about staying home all warm and toast and snug, think again. You'll be missing out big time if you do, because your neighborhood is packed with a lot of can't-miss events this holiday season and a bunch of magic, too.
Yeah, whether you're ready to get festive or just want to try something new, there's truly something for everyone. So let's run through some of the weekend's biggest highlights.
Corpus Christi FC, the city's only professional soccer team, is kicking off the holiday season at its brand new Corpus Christi Multi-Sports Complex.
Enjoy an evening of food, music, soccer, and a first-hand look at everything CCFC has in store for the community.
The celebration is Saturday from 5 to 10 p.m. at 5102 Old Brownsville Road.
If you're ready to step into a different era, you can travel back in time in Ingleside at its Renaissance Fair happening Saturday and Sunday at Live Oak Park.
Expect jousting, fire-wielding, jesters, live music, royal feasts, magical moments, and yes, costumes are highly encouraged. Gates open both days at 10 a.m.
If you're chasing that Christmas spirit, there are several ways to do so, and Portland knows how to party holiday style.
Yeah, that's right. Take it from Michelle and I. We were actually there for last week's kickoff of Christmas on the Coast, and the celebration continues all weekend long.
One big highlight, the illuminated tinsel trot. It's happening Saturday at 6:15 p.m.
The route starts at the Portland Community Center and ends at the Fit and Elm venue, the brand new one, just in time for a special concert there featuring Texas country icon Roger Krieger.
Doors open at 7 p.m. and the show starts at 8.
And get ready, you've got 2 chances to catch a holiday boat parade this weekend. Tonight is the 27th annual La Posada Lighted Boat Parade.
It's truly a gorgeous sight, and the U.S. Marines will be on hand helping Santa's elves by collecting donations.
You can join watch parties and donation drops at Doc's Seafood and Steaks at Marker 37 Pier.
And Marker 37 is also hosting a Winter Wonderland from 5 to 9 p.m., featuring photos with Santa, the Grinch, and tons of family activities.
The boat parade begins at 7 p.m. And hey, if you can't make it in person, tune in. Michelle and I will be your hosts once again.
Then on Saturday at the South Canals, the boat parade will set sail at 6 p.m. from the Caravel Boat Ramp North. And that's not all. There are so many more events. We'll post more information on our website. And folks, there are also a couple of veteran events taking place tomorrow. As I've told you in our Veterans in Focus coverage, Wreaths for Fallen Heroes is at the Coastal Bend State Veterans Cemetery on Saturday. Everyone is invited to this ceremony at 11 a.m. and volunteers will place thousands of wreaths on every gravesite. A powerful moment of honor and reflection for families in the community. There is a shuttle service from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. starting at the DPS parking lot in Annabelle. It runs every 15 minutes. Also on Saturday, the American Red Cross in Corpus Christi is hosting a holiday drive-through toy giveaway open to active duty reservists, National Guard, and veteran families from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. while supplies last. It's at 5639 Corona Drive.
Well, good Friday morning, Coastal Bend. I'm meteorologist Stephen Jones, taking a live look at our USS Lexington cam. Thanks to First Community Bank, a bit of a foggy morning as we're starting it off in the 60s with winds also out of the south 5 miles an hour. Can still see the aquarium there nice and lit up. And as we're heading into the weekend, could see a couple more foggy mornings on the way as we're getting ready to take part in some of those activities. Looks pretty fun to head out to La Posada and maybe over to Portland to take part in some of those activities as well. For our current dew points, sitting in the 60s and the upper 50s as you work your way off to the north. And with the temperatures also in those upper 50s and lower 60s, the perfect recipe for some reduced visibilities and some of that fog working into the area. Seeing that at the Lexington cam as well as here on the SBID Skycam. Rockport down to about 0.3 miles, same over towards the Kingsville area. And here in Corpus Christi, seeing some of the worst reduced visibilities, but over to the southwest towards Hebbronville, also Port Aransas, both coming in fairly with the clear this morning, but going to have that dense fog advisory in effect until 10 a.m. I'll break down that and the 7-day forecast coming up.
Now, 20 minutes of non-stop news, sponsored by Ewald Kubota.
Welcome back, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for our 20 minutes of nonstop news with the Hoffmans. I'm Brian Hoffman.
And I'm Michelle Hoffman. We have plenty of neighborhood news for you this Friday morning. But first, we have to check in with meteorologist Stephen Jones to see how the roadways are looking, or should I say not looking, because it's kind of hard to see.
No, you're absolutely right. Starting to see more of that fog. Those winds returned out of the southeast last night, and with more moisture in the area and those light winds, starting to see quite a bit of that fog development. Here's a live look, actually, at our SBID Skycam. You can see how we're getting those reduced visibilities on the roadways. So definitely want to be cautious as we're hitting the roadways for that Friday morning commute today. And as we're getting a good look at the traffic flow, luckily not causing too many issues. Starting to see just a couple of those yellows on the map. So getting into it here with the Harbor Bridge to and from Portland this morning, good and green with 181 all the way over to Taft. Although on 361 between Ingleside and Gregory, maybe a couple extra minutes on that roadway. From Robstown and Cal Allen this morning, maybe just a couple extra minutes on Leopard Street there, but 37 looking pretty good in green. 44 though, a couple of extra minutes as well. Some of those yellows showing up on that roadway. For our major roadways here in Corpus Christi though, just some slowdowns on Saratoga, especially as you're coming up towards Crosstown Expressway. But other than that, looking like a good and green morning to head out and kick off our Friday.
Rising cases of drugs and contraband hidden in envelopes is forcing Nueces County Jail to move all mail to a digital system. I'm Alexis Scott, your downtown neighborhood news reporter, speaking with Sheriff J.C. Hooper about these changes. For years, paper mail coming to jails across the country, including the Nueces County Jail, has been a problem, not because of what's written inside, but what's on it. I sat down with Nueces County Sheriff J.C. Hooper. He says recent mail screenings have uncovered a much bigger safety issue than people realize.
And we were finding a lot of the paper mail that was coming into the jail was testing positive for fentanyl and other drugs.
Well, all of that is changing. Starting this week, if you want to send your loved one any personal mail, it no longer comes here. Instead, everything goes to a mail processing center in Arkansas, where you can either mail it directly or use this website. It's scanned, reviewed, and then delivered to the inmate electronically. Be sure to add the inmate's name and ID number.
During this transition period, if you sent your loved one a piece of mail to that old address, it is getting transferred to the new address. We're not going to lose any mail during this transition period.
And you're probably wondering, what if I want to send my loved one something other than electronic mail? Say you want to send an inmate a packaged item or a gift. The Nueces County Jail uses this website, which is Keefe Commissary Network. There you can purchase an item or a pair of items. They'll package it and send it directly to the jail for you. And if an inmate is released and wants to save any electronic mail sent from a friend or loved one, they can use their inmate ID number, create an account on this website, and print the paper items. Sheriff Hooper says he hopes this new process significantly cuts down on contraband and creates a safer environment for both inmates and staff. For Chris 6 News, I'm Alexis Scott.
I'm your Taft Neighborhood News reporter, Adam Beam. On Monday, City Manager Ryan Smith filed a lawsuit against his fellow city leaders. Here's what we know so far.
Less than a month after a newly sworn-in council took office, they're now facing a legal challenge from one of their own. A lawsuit filed with San Patricio County's 343rd District Court is seeking a block on what the city manager calls unlawful council actions. Those actions centering around this November 14th special meeting. But it wasn't for the meeting's content, but what came after. According to the suit, a quorum of council members stayed behind and conducted city business without public notice. Alonzo Molina, who represents Ward 2, said council members told city employees to bypass the city manager and take any concerns to the council itself. A move Smith stated creates uncertainty and fosters insubordination. The suit also coming on the heels of this December 11th special meeting, now canceled due to lack of quorum, which entailed several key agenda items, including one that could rescind all prior ordinances and resolutions delegating any and all powers to the city manager. That meeting is now set to be rescheduled for next Thursday, December 18th.
Now, Mayor Castillo did not wish to comment at this time, and as of our reporting, we have not received any response from Ryan Smith. However, it's important to note some confusion around the type of government Taft is. According to the city's ordinances, it is a Type A general law municipality. Typically, that would mean it's a mayor-council government. Where things get complicated is that it could also be a city manager-type government, which Smith argues the city currently is. But an election is required to make that switch. We checked with the county election office, which had no record of the latter. Chris 6 has made a public information request with the city of Taft in hope of getting those answers. Reporting from the studio, I'm Adam Beam for Chris 6 News.
Well, hey there, and good Friday morning, Coastal Bend. Taking a look at our USS Lexington cam. Thanks to First Community Bank for this view. You can see the low-lying fog that we've seen develop across the area, some of that impacting the Harbor Bridge. So if you're hitting that roadway, definitely want to give a couple extra minutes for our morning commute. 61 degrees, and those winds out of the south going to continue to bring in some more moisture as we go through the morning hours and really throughout our Friday. As we're looking at those visibilities in your neighborhood, down to about 0.0 miles, seeing some definitely reduced visibilities in Beeville, down to 0.1 here in town. Robstown coming in at 0.3, as well as up to into Rockport. And as we look at Alice, down to that 6-mile mark, so plenty of patchy fog out there. The only one seeing non-reduced visibilities coming in from Hebronville at that 10-mile mark. And as we take a look back at yesterday's sunrise, quite a bit different today, but taking a look back at yesterday, it was pretty nice. This is over by South Packery. Thanks to Michelle Renee Walters for this picture, and it was just a gorgeous view yesterday morning. And of course, if you take any nice pictures of the weather and you want to submit them, have a chance to be featured on one of our broadcasts, just head on over to our Facebook group. That's going to be the Coastal Bend Weather Watchers. For our temperatures across your area, going to be sitting in those 50s still off to the northwest towards Cotulla, and there in Mathis coming in at 59 degrees. A little warmer along the coast, 68 there in Port Aransas as well, coming in at 67 for the Naval Air Station, 65 as we work our way to the southwest in Hebronville. Through the rest of the afternoon, going to be pushing into those upper 70s as we head towards 2 to 4 p.m. 78 to 9 degrees, that forecast high here in Corpus Christi with winds out of the southeast all day. Going to notice that increase in moisture slightly as we go into the afternoon hours compared to the past few days where we've been fairly dry across the coastal bend. For our upper level pattern, you can see the cold air mainly off towards the Great Lakes, and as we go into the weekend, this next trough of cold air going to work into the area, sending a weak cold front our way, or at least going to send a brief cold front our way. Going to see those 60s return as we head into Sunday and Monday. They're going to be nice and below average before those above average temperatures return right as we're going into Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and we're going to settle down in those above average temperatures as we go through the rest of next week and start to get ready to head into that Christmas week. For the rest of the rain chances, not going to be too great today, just some specks of green on the board as we're going through the morning hours and into the afternoon. The better chances going to be as we go into tomorrow morning, but I still want to cancel those afternoon plans. Looking like we should dry out as we start to head into the afternoon, but also going to be pretty warm in those 80s before the 60s return to start off next week, but those are going to be brief before the upper 70s return by Thursday.
Now, here are some national headlines for you. Kilmar Abrego Garcia, who has been part of a highly publicized immigration and deportation trial, has finally been released from ICE custody.
Yeah, that's right. Now, this comes after a judge in Maryland made a ruling for him to be released yesterday. He walked free just hours later.
And folks, you might recall Garcia was mistakenly deported to El Salvador in March, but was later brought back to the U.S. to face human smuggling charges. And since then, the Trump administration has struggled to find a new country for him. Recently, they said they intended to deport him to Liberia. A Homeland Security spokesperson called the judge's order naked judicial activism and said the department would fight in court. An impromptu press gathering in the Oval Office yesterday as President Trump signed an executive order to unify and standardize federal guidelines for artificial intelligence. Now, the order seeks to limit the ability of states to regulate AI with potentially 50 different rules across the country. And speaking of AI, Disney is investing $1 billion in OpenAI and licensing its characters for Sora.
That's right. The AI company's video generating platform, Disney's equity stake in OpenAI is the first major licensing agreement for Sora.
Now, here's the deal. Users of the short-form video-generating social media network will be able to make videos using more than 200 Disney animated characters, and that does include characters like Mickey and Minnie Mouse and Cinderella. Animated characters from Marvel and Lucasfilms like Yoda are also included, but the agreement does not include any talent likenesses or voices.
How do you turn a boat into a holiday show? No, that isn't a riddle. I'm Michaela Chavez, your neighborhood news reporter on the island. I went abroad with this year's Grand Marshal to see all the planning and the lights and the last-minute holiday magic that brings La Posada to the water. Where do you think you're going to stand?
I don't know. I may go up there. I'm not sure where I'm going to go.
Meet Dale Rankin, this year's Grand Marshal for the 52nd annual La Posada Boat Parade, already trying to figure out his spot.
I think all I have to do is wave, and every now and then pick up toys, I think, and not fall off the boat.
He's no stranger to this event. In years past, he's judged boats just like these.
Texas Gambler, this is the boat that won last year.
This year, they've got 19 boats ready to light up the water.
And you got little boats, big boats, sailboats.
And remember that Texas Gambler?
When you see this boat coming, you'll know that the parade is right behind it.
Rankin doesn't plan on showing up empty-handed. He's planning on bringing a saxophone and trumpet player with him on board to up the festivities.
I think I'm going to put them in the box. You'll probably hear some Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. You probably won't hear any Bach.
When we walked the docks, most boats were still not decorated, but he says that's normal. Many crews only need a morning to get parade ready.
Dreamweaver, they've obviously got it decorated. You got some reindeer on the top. It looks like they've got lights on their outriggers, so they're going to be in the parade.
And of course, there's always those last-minute touch-ups.
As you can see, they've still got some decorating to go there. They've got, looks like wreaths and some costumes and all kinds of stuff there. So.
And you can come see the magic in person. The La Posada Boat Parade kicks off tonight at 7 at Docks Waterline. Reporting from Padre Island, I'm Michaela Chavez, Chris 6 News.
Now, 6 things to know before you go.
All right, starting off this list in your 6 things you need to know before heading out the door, Democrats and Republicans continue to bump heads over affordable health care. A Republican-backed bill was rejected by the Senate yesterday with a vote being 51-48, with GOP Senator Rand Paul voting with Democrats against it. Now, the Republicans' plan would have slightly expanded health savings accounts to help pay for a portion of the Affordable Care Act plans, but it didn't extend the enhanced subsidies that Democrats are trying to keep. Without congressional action, millions of Americans will see their health care premiums have a massive spike beginning January 1st.
Sticking in Washington, the House voted to block a Democratic-led resolution to impeach President Donald Trump. More than a dozen Democrats joined their GOP colleagues to block the impeachment resolution introduced by Texas Democrat Al Green. It was based on Trump's recent comments that suggested 6 Democratic lawmakers be put to death for urging military service members to disobey illegal orders. Top members of House Democratic leadership said before Thursday's vote they would vote present.
Now, the fight over Texas congressional maps seems to be done with. However, other states have been trying to redraw their own maps. Indiana had the option to do so yesterday, but their state Senate voted it down. A final tally on that vote was 31-19. The proposed map would have redrawn 2 traditionally Democratic districts in the state to make them more Republican-leaning. The Republicans control the other 7 districts across the state, where Republicans hold those offices.
The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration is launching its annual holiday drunk driving campaign today. The Drive Sober or Get Pulled Over initiative emphasizes extra law enforcement on the roads during the holiday season. It also encourages people to plan for a sober ride, whether that's designating a driver or calling a rideshare or taxi.
Well, it's starting to get down to the wire, folks. If you need to send out those Christmas gifts, you've got less than a week of shopping left, and the Postal Service says you need to send packages by next Wednesday to get them delivered before the holiday. If you want to spend a little bit extra, paying for Priority Mail will get you until next Thursday. Priority Mail Express 2 gets you until next Saturday. But keep in mind, these are just estimates, and it's always better to send a bit early. Also, allow an extra day or 2 for items going outside the continental U.S.
And just a reminder, folks, we're counting down the hours now to the 27th annual La Posada Lighted Boat Parade. It's tonight at 7 o'clock, and you can watch it live right here on Chris 6. Dozens of decorated boats will light up the evening with the Christmas spirit. And of course, Brian and I are excited to host the event once again. And again, that's tonight at 7 p.m. right here on Chris 6 News.
Now on to what's trending, folks. A simple pop-up booth in McKinney, Texas is offering the type of advice that only a grandmother can give.
Yeah, the Grandma stand is located at a neighborhood farmers market this holiday season.
Grandma Nancy is actually one of 3 women that will be staffing this booth. So they provide a warm smile, a listening ear, and some free advice with no appointments needed. The concept got its start far away from Texas in New York City. It was created in 2012 by a man who set up a booth for people to talk to his then 95-year-old grandmother, who has since passed away. Now the project has grown to several cities with even more grandma stands planned. I love that idea too. I mean, you really can't get any more wholesome than sometimes what grandma's opinion is, especially with those butterscotch candies in the purse too.
I know, so sweet. I wonder what kind of advice Grandma would give folks who, want to go out to La Posada and enjoy the festivities outside. I mean, we don't have a grandma right now, but we do have a meteorologist.
Okay.
Second best thing.
I'll try to fill the role as best I can, of course, and it's looking pretty good today. Still want to bring your jacket with you. Make sure you don't get a cold, even though we're going to be in those 70s and 60s tonight. It's not going to be too bad for those temperatures. As we're starting off this morning, have a little bit of fog out there. Here's a live look at our USS Lexington cam. Thanks to First Community Bank for this view, sitting at 61 degrees, and those winds out of the south going to continue to bring in some moisture as we go through today. And you can see some of that low-lying fog out there affecting the Harbor Bridge too. And if you run into it on our morning commute, just want to keep those headlights on and give yourself a few extra minutes on the roadways. Just be extra cautious. Looking at the visibilities, 0.1 here in Corpus Christi, 0.3 for Robstown, as well as when we work to the north in Rockport. Beeville also seeing those big reduced visibilities. 8 miles is what we're down to over at the Naval Air Station, although Port Aransas and Hebronville look like they're winning out right now on the board without any fog in their neck of the woods. We are going to have this dense fog advisory in effect, though, until about 10 a.m. this morning, so could still see some of that lingering fog around the area through 10 a.m. I do think most of it should start to leave as we go through about the next hour or two. For our temperatures out there right now, 58 degrees in Cotulla, 68 though as you work your way to the coast in Port Aransas, also coming in at 58 though in Rockport, so a good 10 degree spread there. Kingsville rounding us out at 61 as we're kicking off our Friday. And looking at our dog walking forecast for today, we've got Banjo on the board, fully in the Christmas spirit. Now we've got less than 2 weeks to go, and looking at those temperatures for Banjo's walk, 70 degrees by 9 a.m. But as we head towards that lunchtime hour, already up into those mid-70s, and those winds going to remain out of the south as we head into the afternoon. And with the afternoon rolling around, those temperatures going to continue to climb through the 70s, pushing 78 degrees by 3 p.m. for that daytime high. And as we go into 5 p.m., looking closer to those mid-70s once again. But as we go into tomorrow, going to even chase those 80s here in Corpus Christi before our next cold run arrives going into Sunday, putting us back below average. But it's going to be brief at that. As we go into the rest of the week, going to see those temperatures rise back above average and to remain there as we go closer to that Christmas time frame. Only going to be about 1 week out from that. Current forecasts do have us fairly warm as we're getting closer to Christmas. So for our 7-day forecast, you can see the first warm up we have this little bit of a roller coaster we're going to go through. 81 degrees as we go into tomorrow. Then that cold front going to cool us off pretty nicely to the 60s as we head into Monday, kicking off that next week. Another rain chance on the board as we head into Wednesday, but overall rain totals still not going to be the 11 inches we need right now, looking like maybe a quarter of an inch over these 7 days. So I'm still wishing for some rain, but I'm happy that this weekend looking good for those afterthone plans.
Oh,
Yeah,
thanks,
exactly.
Grandma. I mean, Stephen. Appreciate that, sir.
Of
Great
course.
tips, man.
That's not what I meant. That's all I'm going to say. But anyway, we hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. We hope to see you at some of the events out there. Otherwise, we will see you bright and early Monday morning on Chris 6 Sunrise. Have a good one.
Bye, everyone.